Chainlink's link is what we're going to be talking about in this video, and Chainlink is very much a staple cryptocurrency. And what do I mean by a staple cryptocurrency? Well, I truly believe that Chainlink is going to play a vital role in not only enabling this space, but enabling this space to merge with the traditional financial sector. We know that Chainlink have partnered with Swift and many other of the largest financial institutions out there in the world to essentially combine blockchain distributed ledger with the TradFi sector. And Chainlink is a connective tissue in regards to those two worlds, in the same way that it is a connective tissue in regards to the blockchain world and the external world. And we're going to be starting the video off by extending on that. The main reason for us making this video is to highlight the price of Chainlink, where it's currently at, and the fact that it is in a beautiful position, ready to see that further continuation and upside that we've been very much expecting. It's very common when you break out of a base, which was where we were doing the majority of our accumulation at, you then get a retest later on down the line before seeing broader continuation. We're going to be looking at the Chainlink chart towards the end of the video. Number of technical patterns there that give us confluence to this pullback for Chainlink now being over. And we'll be showing you plenty of examples of charts that were where Chainlink is today, going on and putting in higher prices in much the same fashion we expect Chainlink to do. So we have a lot to cover in this video. Really, I want to just start things off by talking about Chainlink fundamentally. And I'm going to start things off with a clip of Chainlink talking about counterparty risk at token 2049. Now, I'm good and I'm not there myself. I should have absolutely been. But Sergey Nazarov takes the stage with a member from HSBC and Hyperledger. Chainlink and Sergey are certainly pictured with or involved with most sort of large financial institutions out there, and this is only going to grow and continue. And I very much think that Chainlink is going to be the standard in regards to how the TradFi space gain access to the cryptocurrency space, and also the standard in regards to smart contract external data confirmation. And we'll explain that. This is what I mean by Chainlink as a staple part of the cryptocurrency space. Let's go ahead and dive into this clip, and then we'll extend on it and we'll get into some price action.
In the TradFi world, I would say the counterparty relationship is the right way to look at it. And I think the counterparty relationships are based on a brand and legal systems and regulations and certain guarantees with legal consequences. And you're basically in a game theoretic relationship with a counterparty that has consequences, right? But sometimes the counterparty doesn't care about the consequences, or the consequences are so bad that the only way they get out of it is they get bailed out by society through like subsidization and printing money and stuff like that, which we tend to not like, right? So the real shift for me is that you go from a world where you have to rely on a counterparty as a person or as an organization to the counterparty is now an agent, a technical agent, a smart contract that has no choices. There are no choices. And it's kind of the difference between a probabilistic world where people can make choices like, hey, I don't want to settle your derivative. Take me to court. It's your problem. That's it. I'm a good bank and you're not, or maybe you are, you're a good bank and I'm a good bank. And we're all going to go to court and figure out who should get their derivative paid out or not. And we'll look at the ISDA, my lawyers, we'll talk to your lawyers, and we'll do all the shit. Or you can code everything up in a smart contract, and as long as cryptography works, there's not really much for us to discuss because the contract will figure things out automatically, and it won't take 2 years and a bunch of legal bullshit. It'll take 2 seconds or however long the block takes to make, right? The problem is really that the legal systems that have grown up around the traditional brand-based counterparty world don't understand what the hell's going on. They're like, what is this thing? What do you mean nobody controls it? What do you mean it guarantees that things happen? I've never seen that before. Nothing works that way. The way everything works is there's a guy and there's a building, there's a file cabinet and there's another guy, and the other guy tells the other guy what to do, and then there's a lawyer, and then there's a judge, and then there's a regulator. It's like, holy shit. And now you just kind of basically say, you know, we don't need that anymore because we can just codify everything and mathematics can guarantee. But I'll give you an example. Just to solidify this rant here, and I'll be done with the rant for this rant. not double. Like if you have a password to a bank account, people could choose not to give you your money. Like maybe they don't like you. Maybe the government said not to give you your money, or they can't give you because they're not solvent anymore, or whatever.
So that's a great clip for a number of reasons. One, it doesn't just solidify the revolutionary properties that smart contracts through blockchains bring to the table. Counterparties are being made insolvent. Irrelevant is a better word than insolvent, and they might become insolvent as a point of being irrelevant. However, this is what smart contracts bring to the table, because we no longer need human beings and institutions and organizations to ensure that things get done. We now have smart contracts that are verified on blockchains. And where Chainlink comes into this puzzle, their piece of this puzzle is those smart contracts will execute on a set of parameters. Once those conditions are met, the smart contract executes. Well, often, certainly when we talk about traditional finance, there's going to need to be feeds into these smart contracts that allows them to execute. And this is where Chainlink comes into practice. Chainlink took the same principles of Bitcoin, facilitating a distributed participants to enable a goal, in Bitcoin's case, Bitcoin mining, in Chainlink's case, secure, verifiable, and decentralized data that can actually be onboarded or enter the blockchain space. So Chainlink is that link with blockchains that are very inherently good at getting and retrieving, that's what they do, prior data that they have on the chain, but they're very bad at getting external data and putting it on the chain. And this is where Chainlink steps in. And if you think about the world that smart contracts are going to enable, they're going to need data from Chainlink, who is the leading Oracle solution, to essentially enable that. So if you're betting on blockchain, you're really betting on Chainlink, because Chainlink is essentially going to enable all of it. And I know this firsthand as somebody that has watched DeFi flourish. I first got into Chainlink actually after watching a Tika Tawari talk. And it's interesting because smart contracts are going to put many individuals out there into irrelevancy along with AI. It's a very interesting world that we're moving towards, but that's for an entirely different video. But Chainlink, people sleep on Chainlink, a little bit boring. It's not the new kid on the block. It's not the hottest topic out there. But Chainlink is an absolutely fundamental staple part of the cryptocurrency space. And I hold it. It's a staple part of my portfolio because I think it's going to do very well due to the reasons that we've just discussed. Let's talk about Chainlink now, because I'm sure many of you are interested in the Link token and what it's currently doing. You guys will know we did the majority of our accumulation down here. We like to teach in our market mastery course that markets move in 4 phases. It's essentially the ebb and flows of markets. You see them play out time and time again. This is what we'd call phase 1 into phase 2. The breakout from phase 1 into phase 2 is always, or majority of times, 9 times out of 10, it takes place with a breakout of the range, the resistance level on volume, which you got. Then you will very commonly get a retest of the point in which you broke out the previous resistance, now flip support, before you see broader continuation. You've got the volume confirming this. You've got the declining volume on the retest. You're now likely going to see continuation. Also with Chainlink, there was very much a falling wedge-esque pattern. As Bitcoin sort of rears its head, we think many of the altcoins are actually going to start to overperform. Bitcoin dominance is going to roll. You do actually have, within this sort of wedge-like pattern, forgive me guys, bit of a wobbler there, 3 kind of impulses to this, kind of like a golf ball running out of momentum before that momentum sort of reasserts in and around support, and we see broader continuation. So Chainlink, we think, is in an amazing position. I don't really have much of a big price prediction for Chainlink. I think certainly new all-time highs. Hopefully it sort of puts a toe above new all-time highs, consolidates, and then we can get broad continuation into the hundreds. We shall see. But if you're betting on crypto, guys, you are essentially betting on Chainlink. Bitcoin was a great example in regards to breakout retests that we just spoke about. You can see breakout on volume. This one did a double retest before continuation. Look at where Chainlink is today. Breakout, retest, ready for that continuation. The SPY is one that we did very well on. Breakout, retest, continuation. This is the journey that Chainlink has ahead of it, ladies and gentlemen. New York Times, one that seldom people talk about. Breakout, retest, continuation, double retest. This is obviously a much smaller range than Chainlink was in, but this is the trajectory that Chainlink has ahead of it. Spotify here, we've got the phases very much marked out. You can see breakout, retest, continuation. And obviously Coinbase is one that, breakout, retest, continuation. And this is ultimately the journey that Chainlink has ahead of it, ladies and gentlemen. Ultimately, like I say, and I really want to reiterate this point, the way I see it, if you're betting on crypto, you're betting on Chainlink. It is literally that simple because it's such an integral part to the cryptocurrency space. So that is it from me, ladies and gentlemen. We have rambled on for long enough. I wanted to spend a little bit of time sort of re-going over all the fundamentals, talking more broadly about the space and how it's sort of revolutionizing things and where Chainlink fits into this, because it's an enabler of that. These smart contracts are going to need external data. How do you get that data into them? The answer is Chainlink. That's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you all in the next one.